Hello guys, welcome back to my channel from Triple E to Tech. In this channel we will discuss about the concept loops. What are the loops? Let us recap what we have learned in the yesterday's section. We have learned what are the nested condition and we have seen if condition and if condition A. If condition is true, then it enter into the block 1, whereas it runs all the conditional block and also the nested conditional loop. In the if condition, we can write again if condition. Okay, this is called the nested conditions loop. If okay, and we have seen the if and if else block, whereas if condition is false, then it enters into the else block. In this else block, the conditions runs. If condition will be runs. If the condition B is true, again it enters into the block 2 and block 3. We can also write the next state conditions in the else block. Okay, and if both are false, block 4 will be executed. This is the next state condition, whereas if condition is false, then again enter into the else if condition. If this else if condition also false, again it enter into the else else block. Okay, if it can be checked for either the condition A is true or false and condition B are true false. Okay, if condition A is true, then it enter into the B block. If condition is false, again it enter into the else if block. Okay, if else if block also false, then it enter into the else statement. Next, we can write many else if conditions through like this. We can add any number of else if blocks after the if condition. Okay, if block. After if block, we can add many else if condition unlimited. Else block is the end of the else if condition. No need of else block if it is not compulsory. It is mandatory. Okay. After if else block. Okay. After if condition, only we should write else if condition. We should not write before the if condition. Whereas else if condition is written after the if block. Okay. Next. In this section, today's agenda is in this class we will learn loops concept. What are the loops concept and introduction to the loops. We will discuss what are the while loop and syntax example. Okay, while loop syntax and their examples and what are the common mistakes we'll do. Let's go through what we will discuss some coding problems. What is introduction to the sequence of instructions, whereas Python execute code in a sequence of instructions. Line to line Python code will be executed. Each block of the code is executed once. Okay, Python executes code in a sequence and each block of code is executed once only. Okay, then you will get the doubt. Can we control the flow of the execution to make a block of code to execute more than one code? Yes. See this. If condition is written for the only single time. By using these loop concepts, it allows to execute a block of code several times. We can give a limit of, okay. Let's see some example. There are two types of loops. What is while loop and another is for loop. These are the primary ways for the looping. What is loop? Loop is nothing but a cycle. Means, example 0 to 10. It goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10. If 10 completed, the loop will be ended. Again it goes to the 0. Again up to the 10. Again it goes to the 0. Like that. Or it is called loop. While loop. While loop, it is used to execute a block of code several times as long as the code is true. Okay. If this condition is true, it will be executed several times. Means uh, you can give a range to execute the code. I will give, for example, you can give, see this. It let us write a code to print the next three consecutive numbers of the given integer input. Means here the input is 1. We need after three numbers, after 1, it should be printed three numbers. Next three numbers. Next three numbers are 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here the input is 10. We need after three numbers 11, 12, 13. By using this while loop, we can write the code like this. Here input is A. Sorry. Here input is 5. This 5 input will be entered into the variable A. Okay. It is again converted into the integer. Why? Because every input is taken in the string format. So after this, A is added again plus 1, means 5 plus 1, that is 6. Here the output is 6. Again we are writing the same code, same print A 7, means here updated code, updated A variable is 6. So here 6 is entered, plus 1 means 7. Here again the variable will become 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So it is a lengthy process. For every number we are writing code. It is correct. Is it a loop? No. Let us see this. We have to make this block of codes execute three times instead of writing it three times. Okay, you should do a nothing but we should write a code to print the a variable, which are after the three numbers. Means if a is 5, then we should print 6, 7, 8. We can write while loop. Means see, this is the while loop. Here we should write a condition. Nothing. What is mean by that? We need a numbers after the 5, three numbers, so that we should write a limits. See this example. Here we should write one condition. What is that condition? Means giving a range. Range means, for example, we need three numbers, so we should write 3. That is called as a condition. It will execute it three times this loop. Okay, it repeats the block of code up to three times. See this. This is the block of. Let us initialize a counter variable to check if the loop has executed three times. Okay, let us see this. Here, initially we should give a counter value. Counter means counting numbers 1, 2, 3. Initial value is 0. Why? Because index will be starting from the 0 only. So that we give the 0 value. Next. Here counter, if this loop will be enter into this, the numbers will be added 1 plus 1 plus plus 1 up to the condition become false. Okay, what should be the condition to be? Let's see. Here condition is nothing but, here counter variable is 0. 0 is less than 3, means we required a 3 digits after the loop. Okay, so that here we less than 3 means 0, 1, 2. These are the three numbers, whereas counter is declared. So these are the next two probable three numbers. So it, the loop continues up to the 2, means it runs three times. Here a is equals to a plus 1. Here a is the input 5. If example 5, 5 plus 1, 6. Here 6 will be printed. Again the counter is equals to 0 plus 1. Here 0. 0 1 plus 1 will be 1. Again it goes to the counter updated as 1. Again it comes to the counter value as 1. Then 5 plus 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 printed in the output. Again the counter is updated. In the same repeats. Again the counter will become 2. Again the counter will become 2 and 6 plus 1 is 7. Means before 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 will be printed in the output and the counter updated to 2. Whereas updated to 3 means why? Because we required up to 2 number. If counter become 3, it will then the while loop becomes false. So it will be not enter into this and it will be printed outside the block of code. Whereas end, let's say the output. Here the termination condition, here the updation will be outed. This is the initialization means we have initially updated the counter is equals to 0, then termination condition is nothing but it checks the conditions and then executes the block of code and then update it the value, then this while loop will be executed. See this. Initially the input is 5. A is 5. Next the counter is 0. Okay? See this, observe these diagrams. If this condition is true, as counter is equals to 0, 0 is less than 3. So that after that a is equals to a plus 1. Before it is 5. Then 5 plus 1 is true. So the a is updated to 6. Then it is printed as this output value 6. Then the counter is 1. Why? Because 0 plus 1 is 1. This is updated. Okay. This one will be re-enter into the while loop. Then the counter value becomes 1 and 1 is less than 3, so that again it continues the loop. Say again it is updated. The counter value become 2. Again it goes to the condition. A is updated to 8 and A is printed. Then the counter value become 3. This is false. Why? Because 3 is less than 3. Means it is a false statement. So that it stops the while loop. Again it printed a end. This is the process. Okay. Common mistakes we will done in this while writing this code. See this. Installing the counter, not installing the counter value. If we not declare any counter value before, then the what will be the counter? So that name counter is not defined. It will be the name error. Okay. This will be the name error. Can you guess what will be the output for this condition? We can declare initially only here counter value. Counter less than 3. We can declare. Here updated counter value will goes to it. Let us check the output. If you give like this, it will always updated the counter value. Okay, see this. Infinite loop. Why? Because while block will keep repeating the numbers as the value condition variable is true. Until it is true, it will be repeating. Okay, see this. In this condition, we can see that it is infinite loop. Why? Because the condition will be updated, always updating. Here counter value becomes 0 means if this condition is true, then counter value 0, it will be updated again and again. While loop will be keep repeating as the value is condition variable is true. This condition always becomes true so that the values are updating always. If you write like this is a common message. This is incorrect termination condition. Why? Because the counter value is initially 1, but we need next 3 numbers so that if counter value become 1,